Here is the story, The Magic Bowl of Wisdom.
First, listen to the audio as the lines appear. Then, read along as the words turn bold. You'll also see vocabulary words with meanings. Practice the highlighted dialogue lines to improve communication. At the end, try the MCQs to check your understanding. Now enjoy the story.
In a tranquil village nestled in the mountains of China lived an elderly woman named Grandmother Yulan. Although she was formidable and strict, she possessed a deeply contemplative mind. One day, she visited a local orphanage and adopted 3 11-year-old boys, Ren, Bo, and Kai. At first, the boys felt immensely fortunate. However, Grandmother Yulan soon began to treat them with strange inequality. Ren and Bo were sent to the village academy every morning wearing immaculate silk garments and enjoying nutritious meals. But Kai was blind, and Grandmother Yulan assigned him the most laborious household chores. Kai, sweep the stone courtyard and fetch 3 buckets of water from the well, she would command from her porch. Certainly, Grandmother, I will attend to it immediately, Kai always replied, his voice serene and respectful. Kai wore faded, tattered clothes and ate only the meager leftovers after the others had finished. Yet, despite his hardships, he remained patient and virtuous. One frigid winter night, a catastrophic fire erupted in the rice storeroom. Within minutes, scorching flames leapt toward the thatched roof, and suffocating smoke filled the hallways. "The house is a furnace! We have to get out now!" Ren shrieked in a state of pure panic. "Run! Don't look back!" Bo shouted, already sprinting toward the safety of the garden. Without a second thought, both boys fled to save themselves. But as the cold air hit Kai's face, he realized Grandmother Yulan hadn't followed. Ignoring the searing heat, he plunged back into the dark, smoke-filled house. "Grandmother, where are you? I'm coming for you, he bellowed over the roar of the fire. I am here, Kai, but the smoke, I cannot draw breath. A weak voice wheezed from the floor. Without a moment's hesitation, Kai hoisted her onto his back. He navigated the flaming corridor by memory and carried her safely into the moonlight, just as the beams collapsed. Moved by Kai's selfless bravery, Grandmother Yulan spoke in a trembling voice. Kai, your courage has touched my soul. I entrust you with this rare heirloom. She placed a delicately carved porcelain bowl into his hands. This bowl is enchanted, she whispered. It grants 1 wish a year, or 3 every 3 years. But beware, if it shatters, the magic vanishes, and every wish is undone. Choose with a clear heart. Shortly after, Grandmother Yulan passed away peacefully. Before her burial, Kai held the bowl with reverence and whispered, I wish to gaze upon Grandmother Yulan's face just once before we say farewell. Suddenly, a miraculous sensation washed over him. Light flooded his world, and Kai gained his eyesight for the first time in his life. With tears of profound gratitude, he looked at her peaceful face. Thank you for your guidance, he murmured softly. Soon, Wren and Bo discovered the bull's mystical properties, their faces twisted with avarice. Think of the luxury we could have, Wren exclaimed greedily. I wish for a magnificent mansion and servants. And I want a mountain of gold and endless feasts, Bo added. Why struggle at the academy when we can simply wish for perfect grades?
Their wishes were granted instantly. 3 years later, they demanded even more, grand palaces and royal authority. But Kai, holding the bowl serenely, made a different choice. "I wish for a vast library filled with the world's most precious books," Kai stated firmly.
Ren laughed, adjusting his heavy gold crown. "You are a fool, Kai. Why choose old paper when you could have power?" "Power is a shadow that disappears when the sun sets," Kai replied. "But the wisdom in these books will become a part of my soul." "9 years passed. Ren and Bo lived in extravagance while Kai spent every hour absorbing the knowledge of the ages. Eventually, the brothers' greed turned into bitterness. "The bowl should be in my palace. I am the wealthiest," Ren barked, lunging for the treasure. "No, I deserve it more," Bo snarled, grabbing the porcelain rim. As they wrestled, the bowl slipped from their sweating palms. Crash! It exploded into 100 jagged shards on the stone floor. At that exact moment, the magic evaporated. The palaces turned back into dust, the gold became dry leaves, and for Kai, the world plunged back into total darkness as his sight vanished once more. Ren sat in the mud, weeping in despair. "It's all gone. Our greed has left us with nothing." "We have to start over from zero," Bo sighed, his head bowed in regret. But Kai stood tall, his expression peaceful. "The magic is gone, but the wisdom remains," he said. "I cannot see the ink on the pages anymore, but I remember every lesson and every truth I read. That is a treasure that cannot break." Ren and Bo looked at their brother with newfound admiration. Inspired by his example, they returned to school and began to work with persistence and honesty. Kai became China's most distinguished scholar. He taught thousands of students that while wealth is fleeting, knowledge is a light that never goes out. He kept the glued shards of the bowl on his desk, not for magic, but as a reminder of his greatest lesson.